What would happen if you do nothing? The answer is simple: nothing will come out of it. Although you as a human being, as a person, sometimes tend to act not according to what you think, but rather according to what you believe. Let's ask that question again. What would happen if you do nothing? You believe or wish that either nothing will happen, that's the knowledge part of it, you know nothing will happen, and the belief part is, I hope a miracle happens. I hope something out of the ordinary will come from outside myself and save me, or change things to the better, or bring me salvation. So in a way, you know nothing will happen, but at the same time wish for a miracle to happen, something that breaks the logical circle that you're stuck in. But maybe that happens sometimes. Things outside of you work and you get lucky and happen to be involved in them. An example is someone else is doing something and they stumbled upon you. Maybe, especially with technology now, maybe your name popped up to someone who was looking for a specific thing that you have. You technically did something. You have a thing that someone else wants. So you did do something. But again, if you don't do anything about what you want to change, the probability that someone else will come from outside of you and pull you out of it and help you change it, that probability is quite low. So what do? You should act out and try to make things work. Try to do something. Otherwise, nothing will happen. Now, you are not guaranteed success when you try, when you do things. Most likely, things wouldn't work out the way you want them to work out. But you are only in control of what you can do. And therefore, by doing, you are trying to make things happen in a way that you want them to happen. You want a healthy life. You have to go and work out. If you don't work out, that result will not happen. You want to be more capable and more knowledgeable. Now, if you don't read and do research and reach out of your own small environment, probably you will never get to acquire such knowledge and information. So action in itself doesn't ensure an ultimate result, but it's a navigation system that takes you closer to where you desire to be, and also simultaneously further away from where you do not want to be. You don't want to be illiterate, weak, helpless, dependent on others. Maybe you want to be spoiled, that's another thing, but even that might require you to reach a level of being spoiled, but I digress. Anyway, it isn't guaranteed that by doing something about what you can do will lead you to a place that you desire, but at least it will maybe, hopefully, bring something out of it that is way better than where you are now. Because usually you tend to compare what's going to happen with the ultimate goal, when in fact you should be comparing what will happen with where you were before you acted out. There is a realization that I've come across, and I'll try to dismantle it and explain it as best as I can. So there is knowledge, which is the information itself, and there is clarity. And realizing this really put things in perspective, and I'll try to explain it. With knowledge, you have people who, or maybe you as a person, a set of information that helps you get things working. You have the knowledge to fix something, or to work on something, or to do certain tasks, or explain certain information. Now, this knowledge, it's a container, it's tangible. Now, your knowledge is only in this field, and the more knowledge you acquire, you are just acquiring more patches of knowledge. Now, sometimes the more you learn and the more you know, coupled with experience, will make your capacity to know more refined, and it will bring with it clarity. So clarity in itself, it's something that is not bound by knowledge alone. For example, you could reach a level of clarity where you have awareness, you have experience, you can understand information that is provided to you even if you don't know it. A person with clarity, for example, if you explain how a train works for them, obviously they don't know how a train works, but the information will not be blocked by filters that they lack consciousness and awareness to be able to understand what's being told to them. Anyway, so a person with clarity, or clarity itself, it allows you to be able to accept the world around you, accept how limited you are, and allows you to grow, to perhaps be more aware of yourself, of the world. So acquiring information and knowledge and learning, those are very crucial. They're important. They allow you to grow. But we tend to confuse them with clarity. We tend to confuse them with something transcendent, even though I don't think they are. Knowledge itself, it's not transcendent. I could be wrong, but I think I'm not wrong. So here's the thing. Sometimes people speak with confidence, even though they are not saying things that are true. There is no clear alignment between the confidence that they display and the clarity that they have. They have no clarity. They have a set of information, and sometimes that set of information is false or is limited by their own perspective. So you have people who have a set of information. It could be false. Most information can be wrong, and yet they speak as if they have a high level of clarity, even though they don't. And so they rely entirely on this information to display confidence. Yet a person with clarity who understands that what they know is way less than what they do not know is aware of their surroundings, or is aware of their limitation, and yet they don't speak as confidently as a person who lacks clarity. What's interesting about that is, obviously, sometimes it's a spectrum. Sometimes a person with clarity can adopt confidence, and they can be confident in the information that they have and in the knowledge that they do not have. A person with clarity and lack of information would be like, hey, this is what I know. I know that I do not know. Tell me more. And there's a level of confidence still. But a person with clarity explores. They are humbled, yet at the same time confident. They are humbled and at the same time aware of their level, of their value. It's as if, let's try to describe it this way. It's as if the level of confidence and lack of confidence and where they are as a person are aligned together. They're close, and instead of being dislocated, they are located together. So having clarity really helps you grow as a person. And so maybe a question arises: how to reach for clarity, how to be a person who acquires or has clarity. Well, I believe several factors play a role. One of them is be as truthful with yourself and with others as you can. Sometimes you don't know if you're being truthful or not. You don't know what you want in the far future or even the near future. So you're not sure. Do you want to pursue this goal or that goal? But you try to be as honest as you can. And try not to deceive even when you're shy or introverted and you find yourself being nice at the expense of being genuine. Obviously, there are social cases where it's okay to just be nice because it's a person you're not gonna be talking to again, or if it's a person who just delivers your food, or you're exchanging emails for business, whatever. But aim to be genuine in your interactions, sometimes even in those interactions, because I think they help you practice. Sometimes you meet a stranger and they're like, how are you? You don't have to tell them, well, I have a problem with my partner or with my parents. No, you can tell them, you know what, I'm trying. And that's it. Like leave it at the service level, but at least you're being genuine. So that's just possibly a way to practice being genuine. But I digress. Being truthful, being genuine, accepting that you don't know a lot, and accepting, so this is where it can get a bit complicated. Sometimes a person who accepts that they don't know much could lose their confidence, so that they end up, even when they know enough and they know things, they will just shy away and say, I don't know, I'm just this person who's stupid and who's not sure. And that's bad as well, because a person who doesn't know as much as them but has confidence will overpower them with their lack of knowledge, but with their overwhelming confidence. Be humble, accept that you don't know, but also accept what you do know. So that's why I'm saying it's complicated a little bit. Be aware of yourself enough to reassure yourself of what you know, but at the same time, not to be so blinded that when something challenges what you know, you'd be able to assess what's true, what's not, what's right, what's wrong. And if what you know is wrong and false, then you will change it. Then you right and true information is your information now. You're changing. You know what? I thought this thing is this and that. It's been proven to me that that's wrong. Then I'm changing it, and now this thing is the new information. But when my information is correct, and the challenge that I've ensued proves that I'm correct, then I'll stand my ground. Maybe a new challenge will prove me wrong. Then that's when I'm going to change. So be truthful, be genuine, accept that your knowledge and the information you have is less than the knowledge that you don't have. And the fourth one is don't lose confidence, because that can, I don't believe in self-esteem, but it can make you lose your self-esteem to a point where you're shaky. Anything can push you down. I think that's all. You tell me. Send me comments, send me emails. Tell me what you think clarity is. Tell me your opinion on this subject, the comparison between knowledge and clarity. I'd love to hear from you. And thank you for watching and listening, and I'll talk to you next time.